Welcome to my second video for my spiritual channel. I do hope that you enjoyed the last one. And as I said before, I am hoping to have a video at least once a week, if and when I have time. In this video for my second video, I would like to talk about you as the human beings, as you yourself, and how we perceive the world, and also obviously what we are surrounded with is what's going on around us. I think as human beings that so many of us, even though that we seem to think that we are ready for everything, what kind of problem that might face our society as such, but in reality we are not. The reason is that we are being misinformed, misled by other individuals, or that it could be that how we are misled by our leaders in a sense. It is also true to say that as humans we are not perfect, but the perfection can come through experience, some might say, but sometimes we don't need the experience to do so. As human beings in our history, that we've gone through so many changes. When we look out into our history books, we see so many civilizations changing, even though that's it might only be through pages from a historical book, but in reality it could take a long time. But yet it was evident that we are going through change, and the humankind will eventually change. The reason being is that we are only waking up to our existence within the universe. When we look at the history of our religion and our beliefs in so many ways, our ancestors tried to find the truth throughout the universe with little or none technological equipments they might have in their time. But yet so many of them was accurate. We can go back to Mayans in a sense, how they were accurate how they managed to understand the movement of the stars and also the planets, but yet they didn't have the most powerful telescopes that we have today. So many has questioned this. Why and when and how did they manage to get this information? We can also look at this with the pyramids in Egypt. And so many people have questioned this, with how the structures of the pyramids are made, how accurate they are, and the way it's been positioned. I think it is right to say that humans knew knew actually where we came from. I'm talking about our ancestors. There's bits of information here and there, but it's like a big puzzle. I think we need to put it all together to understand that we were never alone in this universe, and we did not come by chance, and there was a purpose of this. I think people are just kind of waking up to it now, trying to understand this, that there's a purpose of everything that we can't see. I mean, when we look at our, the way how things are moving in the last century or so, in the beginning of 20th century, how the world was shaped through wars and new ideologies. And you can see, as I mentioned in my previous video, that these ideologies are slowly dying, but yet people might find it hard to go back to the religious beliefs as well. So we're still searching, but we don't know what we're searching for. But we are searching for an existence, the purpose of our existence, why we are here. What is all of this? Do I play a part in this? So many of us is tangled with the way of life, the bills to pay, look after our family or children, or some hopes to have a family to go on holiday as such. But yet we find it hard to comprehend that whatever we do, in the end we will eventually question why we are doing it. It is like being on a roller coaster for some, but as human beings, we need to find out the true purpose of our existence. Our ancestors did look for this. You can see through the historical books, even though there were many great civilizations such as Egyptians, Babylonians, Mayans, and so many other civilizations we never heard of yet. Maybe we will eventually. So we need to be, in a sense, to be understanding not just our past, not just our current life at the moment, but the future as well. In a sense, we have to be prepared, not for the bad things obviously all the time. Good things can happen too. And the human beings has this option, making things, good things in the world. Because it's not just about working, making money, buying a house, paying your rent, paying your debt, paying your bills, having a holiday and retiring and waiting to die. Maybe it's a bit harsh, but that's what the reality is for so many of us living at the moment. Maybe we should understand that we are more capable of than what we think we can do. This is not just what we see with our eyes, what we hear with our ears. There's more purpose into it. The universe has more purpose into it. Your own existence has a more purpose into it. You must understand, you're a miracle. If you're watching this, if you're hearing this video, and you're breathing, that's a miracle itself. You are a miracle. You were created for a purpose. That's what we need to remember. And humankind was created for a purpose. And eventually, maybe it will take a little bit longer time. Yet, I feel that the next generation will be able to figure this out, our own purpose in this universe. And only then maybe we can be able to reach out all other beings, all other existence throughout the universe. Only then we can be able to find our true purpose in the universe. And only then we will understand life is not about paying your bills, buying a house, going to holiday, studying, getting retired, and waiting to die. And that is our only thing that we should be concerned about at this point of time. Because as you can see, the world is changing. It's changing rapidly, and we are at a turning point in our lives, in our history. Yeah, some might say, oh, we had so many pandemics in this world before, so we'll overcome it. Yes, you will overcome it, but there was a purpose of everything. This is the beginning of a new age. A new age, not in a sense where it's been mentioned in different ways of how people perceive to be. Not just about, living a healthy life, or not just about, getting over the conditions of our lives, or not just about starting something new. A new age, a new dawn for the humankind, and also for the universe. Because once we find our purpose in this universe, we will also find our brethren and also other beings that exist within the universe, and only then we can be able to make contact with them. Fair enough that we have technology trying to find out the other sides of the universe and understand what else might be out there. But what we must understand is that technology is not always enough for us to find this. We should also look for this within ourselves, because only then when humankind is ready to move forward is when they are ready to understand their true purpose of existence. I live with peace, and I do hope that each one of you who watches this video or who doesn't watch it will be able to overcome all these problems that's going on throughout the world. And I can assure you, in time we will overcome, and in time we will truly find our purpose. Thank you.